Good evening, everybody. It is the end of the week, and I'm here with my partner, Kevin Apollo, to bring you another show of excellence, as WDW Pro would probably say. Our show tonight, I think, is going to be kind of fun. We're doing something a little bit different. This was Kevin's idea. He started going back through the back catalog of movies that were released on different years and noticed that we used to eat really good when it came to the movies.
So good.
And he specifically noticed the year 1990. And so I saw some people in the chat were kind of misconstruing this as talking about movies of the 90s. And I guess that's actually what Pro set the title as, is best and worst of the 90s cinema. But that's not technically correct. We are talking specifically about 1990 itself. And we may make this a series as we count up the years. We'll just kind of see how this one goes. But when he started submitting his list, we have way more movies to talk about than I'm sure that we'll be able to get to. So we've gone a little bit light on the stories tonight. We'll see how this works out for time. But I think it'll be a fun conversation, and what'll be especially interesting about it, I think, is to see just how far cinema has fallen. Kevin, how did you get launched into this? Talk to us a little bit about how you came up with this idea.
So I was just futzing around on my Instagrams, and I came across one of those nostalgia feeds, and it showed it was like the top 5 movies of 1990, and I was just scrolling through like, wait, this is all the same year, and then I decided to go look up all the movies that came out there, and I'm like, there's just too many to the list. As a matter of fact, my list there was things that I was sad I left out of the massive list that I sent. And then as I was kind of deep diving, I'm like, wait, hold on a second. This didn't hit the theaters in 90? I'm like, so we can do an entire episode on just the fall of 89. Because there's just so much. But yeah, I'm looking at the variety of movies that came out. And I would say probably 80% of those movies would not get made today. I was actually tempted to track down a clip of Anthony Mackie that I found. I don't know where he was. He's at some kind of convention, and he was talking about how studios don't make movies for the audience anymore. They make movies, they make movies for a very specific audience, and it was either 16-year-olds, or I can't remember what the other group was. So some people in the crowd started listing movies like wouldn't get made today, wouldn't get made today, wouldn't get made today, wouldn't get made today. And it's like, it just made me want to talk about this even more, because it's like, yeah, like I was a movie video kid. A movie video store kid. So I was in there like every weekend grabbing like 4 or 5 things. And then every once in a while, like, you go to the movies, and like you just never ran out of things to do at the movie theater or the video store. And now it's like, ugh.
Yeah, all the fun's taken out of it. But this is kind of the fun of going through the back catalog and realizing that they used to do strings of this stuff. So it's not that we don't have the capability. It's that talent is either being misallocated or not used at all, or there's something deliberate about it. So this is kind of why we go back and explore that past stuff. However, we do have a couple others sitting in the wings here. We have Marvin Montanaro and Trish.
Hi.
What's going on, gents? It's been a long day, as always.
Ray of sunshine for Marvin. You're going to be a lot of fun tonight. Probably going to be tapping out at 9 o'clock saying, I'm exhausted. I've been up all day. I've been writing 17 articles. Nobody loves me.
Wrote all those articles, got 3 videos out today, and everyone loves me. Thank you very much.
No, not really. You hear that?
Sarah's a fan of your beard, by the way.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
Well, he's got one.
Glad someone noticed. Lorn.
What am I supposed to be noticing for? You want me to, Marvin? That is a glorious, magnificent beard you got, dude. You're putting us all to shame. You got boot black thing going on. You look like a real paisan here, man.
Thank you. See, was that so hard?
A little bit.
Yeah, I didn't like it. It didn't feel good.
All right. Well, I'm good with your sacrifice.
Oh, well, I'm glad you are. I'm sure that I'll find some way to get back at you in the future. Any nascent thoughts? Anything you need to get out before we start going to stories? Or
I mean, I'm good.
That's a head scratcher. I'm gonna have to think about it for a few minutes, Lauren. So just hold on. Let me pontificate.
Just let there be dead air, Lauren, while he thinks
Yeah.
about it. Don't
Seriously.
don't worry about it.
no,
My cat stuff smells like cat's food.
I think
Why
You
am
do.
I?
Oh,
You're
you don't like
thinking.
it, huh?
no. We're
What?
seeing what thoughts you need to get out. You're pontificating. You have something deep.
Yeah. No one cares about Marvel or Star Wars anymore. That's the thing that I've learned.
I know you're saying that. I don't believe it. I
Let me
understand
tell
what
you
you're
something,
saying.
man. I like, just based on interest in videos that I've been releasing. Star Trek is hitting. God of War hit for me, like almost 2,000 views on that one. Like, I mean, like everything is hitting except for Star Wars.
You know what I found
It's like
funny?
the one thing.
My Star Wars videos are doing better than everything else, though. And I don't give a
Really?
poop about Star Wars anymore. I actually
Yeah.
I even put "and nobody cares" in one of my thumbnails.
I actually have some corollary data that I'd like to share with you when we're offline sometime. But I think
Sure.
part of the reason why it looks like there's no interest is because we've all been talking about the same stuff ad nauseum for years because there's been nothing to talk about. It's this Kathleen Kennedy news. It's not like it's new. We talked about this 9 months ago. It's the same story. So
Right.
I don't think.
Today I thought there'd be a surge because, like, we dissected her on both websites today. We dissected her Deadline interview, and there was so much to mine there from the Ray movie. From the Ray movie apparently not happening to her confirming that the James Mangold movie is on hold to her attacking the fans. Like it was glorious.
But Marvin, how much of that is new? None of that's new. We already knew the James Mangold movie wasn't happening. We knew the Taika Waititi movie wasn't happening. We're pretty darn sure the Ray movie isn't happening, and the fact that she didn't speak about it tells you that.
She talked about a Donald Glover Lando movie that apparently has a script sitting on someone's desk somewhere and didn't mention that Ray movie.
Well, you know what's interesting about that to me is that in all of the other ones, she was sort of tacitly defending it. She was saying that James Mangold had this really interesting esoteric movie, but it's a risk, and I don't know if the studio would do it. And Taika Waititi's movie is so funny, etc., etc., and Donald Glover. And then Donald Glover gave us a script. And that was it. That was all she said. It's like, we got a script from Donald Glover. So I think until there is actually something to talk about, no one's going to be excited. And honestly, I don't think that's going to happen until we get news about the Jedi 3 game.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's funny. They're saying in the chat, it's not the first person that said it to me that I need a Sword of Omens for my wall of weapons. I was never a Thundercats kid. I think the next piece that I'm going to be looking for to add is probably the Blades of Chaos from God of War.
How old are you?
I'm 40.
I think you missed the Thundercats boom.
Yeah, I just missed it, I think.
You would have been in that weird it's syndicated, but like you're only going to see it if you're homesick from school era.
You know, I'm actually going to say I was never a Thundercats fan either.
I have a friend who wrote a rap song about it.
Here's kind of a weird one. Do you guys? You probably wouldn't, Marv, and I know you wouldn't, Trish. Kevin, do you remember Jason the Wheeled Warriors?
One more time. Sorry,
Jason.
Yes,
do you remember
Jason the Wheeled Warriors? Yes.
Okay, I thought that might be a little bit of a deep cut. That's been gone for a long time, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it in forever. So, anyway,
but Lorne's never watched the WMAC Masters.
I didn't even know about it until you told me about it.
Dude, I mean, I could do an entire podcast on WMAC Masters.
Why not? Maybe that's something we should do.
We should do it as a member
to watch it.
I want to do a WMAC Masters watch along.
We can do. Let's make that a member exclusive. We'll do episode by episode.
Can you actually still find it?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube.
All right.
I'm disappointed in myself. I just realized that Michael O'Hearn was Titan from American Gladiators, and I don't know why I didn't make the connection this entire time.
Huh. Did not realize that.
Could have made his memes that much more incredible for me.
Give me just a second here, guys. I'm trying to get something set up. Here we go. I forgot to do this earlier. Our first story for the night is GameStop rejects Sophie Turner as Lara Croft in viral X post.
Whoever is running this GameStop X account is my new hero, because you know what? We needed a mainstream voice to tell us that this looks like a bird cosplaying as Lara Croft.
That GameStop account is the personification of we will not go gently into the night. Going to go on, we are going to survive. Because they just spit fire every chance they get.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like when Wendy's was doing this kind of a sign war with all the various people. It feels like those are the people behind it. On Thursday morning, Amazon MGM Studios released the first look at Sophie Turner as Lara Croft for its Tomb Raider TV series. The reaction online was mixed, but now the official X account for the video game retailer GameStop has offered a blunt assessment. This is not Lara Croft.
There's an issue right there with the embedding of the tweet. So it should have the actual tweet with the image there, but unfortunately, this happens occasionally. It's a WordPress problem.
Outlets like The Wrap called the post peculiar and suggested users were trying to discern what GameStop meant by its criticism.
I think what they meant was this is not Lara Croft.
It's such a mystery. What does this mean?
This flat-chested bird is not Lara Croft.
However, the implication is clear. Many within the gaming community are not convinced that Turner has the right look to play Lara Croft, and GameStop isn't afraid to say what they're already thinking.
By the way, Sophie Turner is a gorgeous woman. I think she's beautiful. She's just not Lara Croft.
You know, I'm actually going to go against the mainstream here and say that I thought she looked fine.
I'm going to say, yeah, I too have to kind of go, guys, what were we expecting here? Because, well,
that's just your lowered expectations.
But I'm like, the Lady of Winterfell wasn't exactly known for her, bazoombas. So,
well, they wouldn't let Phoebe Waller-Bridge play Lara Croft, so they cast someone who could look enough like Phoebe Waller-Bridge playing Lara Croft.
Oh, you do not insult that beautiful girl like that.
Well, a younger version.
You know what tickles me about this conversation?
Like chewed gum.
Do you know what tickles me about this conversation? I was sitting here when you were saying she wasn't exactly known for her, and there was a pause, and I was thinking to myself, bazoombas. And it's like, could I say that? Would anybody know what I meant? And then you said bazoombas. And it's like, yes!
But you know who is known for her bazoombas? Lara Croft.
We need to stop saying bazoombas.
One more time. Chat,
it's not offensive. I've just reached the limit of hearing a word so much in such a short span of time.
Which word, Trish?
I don't care. Any other euphemism is fine. It's just I can't hear that word again. Well,
honkers.
Yes, it really felt like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, hearing you say it was for some reason way funnier. She's known for her Porky Pigs.
Her plumpies.
Her dirty pillows.
GameStop isn't alone. Oh, come on. GameStop isn't alone in rejecting this take on the iconic video game heroine. Mark Kern, the former Blizzard developer known as on X as Grums, was among the first to react to Amazon's post, simply writing, "Oh no."
Oh no. When I read that post, I read it like Beast from the X-Men cartoon, just oh no. Or Frasier.
In the image released by Amazon, Turner sported the traditional teal top, amber sunglasses, and dual pistols. Now, this is again To me, she looked fine, and I liked the fact that they got the outfit right. It looked to me like they got the outfit down to the fine detail, and they didn't take away her guns. Now, it'll be interesting to see if they shoot bullets.
Oh, you mean her actual guns, right?
Or did they?
That said, many argue that she lacked Croft's athletic physique and signature curves. YouTuber The Critical Drinker said in the post, "They've definitely got the outfit down, so props for that one at least. But all I'm seeing is some random actress cosplaying as Laura." Now that, I think, is probably fair. But
it looks like a very good cosplay, but not like somebody who is supposed to be playing her in a multi-million-dollar major studio production.
I think that's a fair assessment. Well, here's another way to put it. She looks like TV Lara Croft.
Well, she is going to be TV Lara Croft, to be fair.
Oh, that's right. This is on Amazon. It's not a theatrical release.
Yeah, this is a TV. Okay. This is a series, I believe.
Well, in that case, it's fully appropriate.
This is Amazon. We need to be happy because 6 months ago, this would have been an obese black person in a wheelchair.
It was almost Phoebe Waller-Bridge, but they wouldn't let her at the last minute.
I know, and they told Launchpad McQuack to go home. Her stupid chin.
What makes the criticism from GameStop different is that it's not just coming from an individual user, but a corporate account, and one with a history. While the video game retailer is currently struggling with plans to close hundreds of stores across the U.S., the GameStop brand still carries weight. Much like Lara Croft, for many gamers there's a sense of nostalgia surrounding GameStop that goes back to the era of midnight launches, physical boxes, and a shared subculture. The emotions some people feel for GameStop give it an authority that can't be shared by journalists, influencers, or even other brands.
You know, there's a truth to that, because when I'm going to buy a new game, I will always go to GameStop. I won't go to Walmart. I won't go to Target or any of that. I will always go to GameStop.
Yes,
even though most of the store now is Funko Pops and nonsense.
The crap that Marvel can't sell anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Since Toys R Us is gone, I only go to GameStop.
I'm actually a little surprised that you guys are doing physical media at all. I would assume that you'd buy everything digitally.
No,
I get some things digitally, but there are some games that I want on physical.
I stopped buying Xbox games because I couldn't get a physical copy of things.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm in favor. It's just that it seems that most of the physical media that they produce now is not really the full game. It's just basically a key that still goes to a digital download.
Well, yeah.
So, I mean, what good's the disc doing you?
Most of the physical games that I buy are Nintendo games, to be honest.
So you're getting carts.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense.
I haven't bought an actual physical PlayStation game, like a disc, in years and years and years. But my Nintendo games I tend to get also just because the Switch doesn't have a whole ton load of memory anyway. You have to add on to it. I like to do physical media for that, but I also like to get the amiibos.
It's not to derail the conversation, but am I the only one who is still baffled that Nintendo has just not licensed the Switch song from Will Smith for the Switch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember the song from the movie Switch? It was like,
that would be why I didn't see that.
Oh, Kevin, Will Smith helps Kevin James date someone out of his league. Very similar to his TV life.
That's Hitch, not Switch.
Oh, Hitch, that's right. Oh, there you go. Never mind. That's why they didn't do it.
It seems like that dynamic would actually be reversed today.
The Nintendo Hitch.
Kim's like, oh, okay, that'd be why they didn't do it. Never mind.
It's been a long day, huh, Kevo?
It's been every day is just so long. It's just so long.
We good?
We're good.
Oh.
The Croft controversy isn't the first time the GameStop X account has weighed in on cultural trends. Last October, when PlayStation announced that the previously Xbox-exclusive Halo was coming to the console, GameStop posted a tongue-in-cheek message thanking President Trump for bringing an end to the console wars. The post went viral, with users across the political divide sharing jokes and memes to commemorate the event.
That GameStop was one of the weirdest explosions I've ever seen in my life.
Was it an explosion of bazoombas?
No, it was an explosion of obese blue-haired women with septum rings who were very angry at GameStop.
He just wanted to say bazoombas again.
Well, bazoombas sound like something that should explode.
I hope they don't explode.
Well, I do too, but they sound like they should. They're close enough.
Depending on
that's true.
The woman's bazoombas, they could.
I would point out that we've now said bazoombas several more times.
I'm sure we're going to be censored.
I can't wait to find out this episode has been rated mature.
GameStop is a company with little to lose and can pursue online engagement even if its takes are taboo. For many, Tomb Raider isn't just another franchise property to be mined, and Lara Croft isn't simply another character, but a symbol of her era. Turner's success or failure in the role will depend on her performance and the material she's given, not on the costume or online opinion. What makes this interesting is that it expresses the tension between legacy gaming culture and modern franchise reinvention. By publicly rejecting Amazon's vision, not Turner herself, GameStop is positioning itself as the gatekeeper of what is authentic and what is counterfeit. When many corporations go along to get along, GameStop is giving a voice to the old fans who won't or can't speak for themselves. Now, I'm curious about that take, because it seemed to me a few years ago that GameStop was really not considered an authoritative voice of the gaming public.
Yes, but I think it's refreshing to see a mainstream outlet pushing back on the Hollywood machine, because like remember like a couple weeks ago when Quentin Tarantino listed a bunch of actors that he didn't like and the entire industry went, oh, I'm like, well, the dude was honest. Like,
what did Matthew Lillard do to anybody?
I was like, he went after Matthew Lillard, and I just watched a video of Matthew Lillard chasing somebody who was trying to break into his house. I thought it was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm gonna get you. I'm close now. I don't care. It was hysterical.
I just want to say, guys, I love you in the chat. I love every last one of you. There are days when I don't love you, but I love you tonight.
Because of all the Zumba talk?
Yeah. All the synonyms and pet names that they've come up with. I love you all.
There was a parody song that I heard years ago where it was set to 99 red balloons, and it was 99 words for oobs.
For what?
Well, I don't know if you're allowed to say, like...
I know. We do have some super chats to get to, which I should probably not ignore. We have Wild and Crazy Bear for 2. 1990 was the year I was born. And we have Wild and Crazy Bear for another 2. Rest in peace to all that cast member Kiana Underwood. I didn't know what this was about, but I did look it up. Apparently, she was a Nickelodeon star, and I guess she was killed in a hit and run. So
I was not laughing at that. I was laughing at something else. I'm sorry. That was a really poorly timed laugh.
Yeah,
that
really.
was so poorly timed.
Wow, I didn't even hear what you were saying.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the moment. Anyway, if
she was
she's only 33.
Mandy in Randy and Mandy, right?
I didn't actually see what show it was. I just saw that she was a young actor on Nickelodeon, and
she was on All That.
All That is the show.
Yeah. So yes, rest in peace to her. Juliet for 2 British pounds sterling. Morning, Late Night Live with Lord and Apollo, and good morning to you. And for Chef Eddie, we have $5. Marvin grew that beard so he could talk about Godfather 3.
I mean, I try not to talk about Godfather 3.
I was going to say, why would you want to talk about Godfather 3?
Yeah, it's terrible.
I put it on the list just so that we could talk about Godfather 3, actually.
Of course you did.
By the way, I found the lyrics of the song. That was what I was laughing at. It starts out, jugs and orbs and darts and gourds, Elmer Fuds and bouncing Buddhas, sweater stretchers, lung protectors, beach umbrellas, frost detectors.
Oh my.
Buddhas?
Oh my.
Yep.
Buddhas.
What?
Fascinating.
Ducky 1969 for $5. Dark City. KK is just a figurehead. Filoni has all the real power.
Which should scare everyone, because you know what? I was watching FNT earlier, and they were playing some Dave Filoni quotes from the past, which were actually like alarming.
Say that again. Sorry.
There were some Dave Filoni quotes that they were playing on FNT tonight where I was just like, I can't believe I never knew he said that.
Like what?
He was at the at that weird little convention thing.
Yeah, where he was talking about how like they have to challenge masculinity with femininity, and we need to challenge the patriarchy with the matriarchy. Like it was just basically the most like over the top male feminist stuff I've ever heard in my life.
Do you think it was genuine, or do you think it was because of the regime that he was
No,
under?
I think this is who he is.
Yeah. It was before her arrival.
Before?
I think it's who he is because it's who his wife is.
But you're saying before Kathleen? We're talking pre-2012?
Or rather her assuming control of this vessel.
Well, that would have been 2012, so that would be way back. Huh, okay. Decky 1969 for 2. Sydney Sweeney for Laura Croft, and yes, I actually saw.
You know what? Who was it that sent us that tagged us in that image of her as Lara Croft? We were all both like, "Yep."
It was either Mike or Matt. I'm not sure which one it was, but yeah, it was. It's like I'm not a Lara Croft Tomb Raider fan, but I think I commented something like, "And suddenly I'm a Lara Croft fan." So there you go. It was. To be fair, it was glorious.
It was the moment.
It was. I was a changed man. We got George R.R. Martin calls House of the Dragon relationship with Ryan Condal abysmal.
He is kind of like he's doing a lot of press lately. I guess his Knight of the Seven Kingdoms is coming out soon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and actually that looks fantastic. It's like I know everybody's been heartbroken by all of these TV series. I know it, and by the fact that he hasn't finished Winds of Winter and all of that. But the Knight of the Seven Kingdoms novella is my favorite out of the Dunk and Egg stories, and I love them. And the trailer to me looks like it nailed it. I know trailers can look like that, but I am so hopeful for this show. I really want it to be good.
I saw he said in an interview, he's like, "Look, I really want to finish Winds of Winter, but I'm just, I'm buried. I have to do another. I have to do another Dunk and Egg. I've got to do another Fire and Blood." I said, or you could do this before those things because this is the thing that people want.
His heart's just not in it anymore. I don't think he wants to do it.
I don't think he.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it was because his ending was the one that was on HBO and everyone hates it.
Well, I don't think it's really what he intended the ending to be. I mean, it may have been the final position, but how they got there is what I think they botched. And now he has to change it because he can't do the same thing, and I think the characters won't let him. I think he can't write it. That's personal belief, just a hunch. Anyway, as far as George R.R. Martin is concerned, Ryan Condal, the showrunner of the Game of Thrones prequel spin-off House of the Dragon, has gone rogue. The author of A Song of Ice and Fire, the books that serve as the basis for Game of Thrones, as well as the offshoots that have spawned the spin-offs, recently gave a lengthy interview to The Hollywood Reporter about the state of various HBO projects based on his work. When talking about House of the Dragon, George R.R. Martin sounded disappointed as he described the deteriorating working relationship between himself and Ryan Condal as worse than rocky. It's abysmal. I hired Ryan Martin, who is an executive producer on the show and is credited as one of its creators, with Condal explained, saying that he thought Ryan and he were partners. Indeed, he felt that they were partners all through the first season of House of the Dragon, a partnership that saw Martin give notes and Condal change some things in response. THR adds that Martin took Condal's side in the dispute with the show's showrunner during Season 1, Miguel Sapochnik, and Sapochnik left the show. It was working really well, Martin said, before adding, I thought. Season 2 saw a dramatic shift in their working relationship, according to Martin, who claims that Condal basically stopped listening to him. Condal apparently stopped taking Martin's notes seriously, occasionally explaining to the author why he wasn't listening, but more often than not giving him the runaround. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll think about that, Martin relays, and doing his own thing anyway. HBO then told Martin to give his notes directly to the network, rather than to Condal, so they could be combined with HBO's notes. Martin then decided to air his frustration with a post on his blog, Not a Blog, a move that angered HBO. The post was taken down by Martin's assistant after an angry phone call from an HBO representative. An earlier THR piece details the deleted blog post, and it's understandable why HBO was so mad. Aside from airing dirty laundry in public and criticizing particular scenes from the show, specifically the infamous blood and cheese sequence, Martin also gave away some big spoilers for Season 3. The THR article omits these details. Things remain strained, and while Martin says he can't reveal much more about the situation, THR has heard that a Zoom call with Martin, Condal, and the show's other producers and HBO representatives was intended to clear the air and allow Condal to give Martin his outline for Season 3 of House of the Dragon. However, when Condal was finished, Martin detailed his many objections and allegedly declared, "This is not my story any longer." Following the call, HBO asked Martin to leave the show, but then brought him back a few months later. An HBO insider who spoke to THR called this a reset, where everyone took a step back for a while until we could figure out a new way forward. When THR asked Condal for a comment, he declined, but referred them to a statement he gave to Entertainment Weekly about the dispute with Martin. In it, he claimed that he made every effort to include George in the adaptation process, but that Martin was unwilling to acknowledge the practical issues at hand in a reasonable way. He hopes that he and Martin can rediscover that harmony someday. This appears to suggest a disagreement he and Martin had about the blood and cheese scene, which Martin detailed in his blog post, something Martin said would change the entire trajectory of the story, and was done largely for budgetary purposes.
I am so sick of these Hollywood know-it-all douchebags trying to tell these authors what should be done with their work. We saw it with The Witcher. We're now seeing it with the Game of Thrones universe. These are the creators of the worlds. Who are you to tell them what is and is not in their world? When you are making an adaptation of someone's work, their word should be law.
Can I push back a little gently?
You can. It's not going to succeed, though.
I agree with you in principle, but there are some things that I think, usually for budgetary reasons, that you can't adapt, and that novels and TV shows are a different medium. So some edits are almost always going to be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you had perfect foreknowledge and knew how the show was going to do, so you knew what you could commit to, that would be one thing. Also, I think specifically in this case, the issue is with... I'm not actually coming out on his side, I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but Martin now has a history of getting midway through TV projects that are in unfinished literary projects. Mm-hmm. And when you're a showrunner and you don't know where the show is going, you have to start making some assumptions for safety, and I suspect that has something to do with some of this.
I mean, unless Martin just doesn't know what the ending of his works will be, he should at least smarten them up. Like J.K. Rowling very famously took Alan Rickman aside before the filming of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone to fill him in on like Snape's connection to Lily Potter, so that he could put that into his performance from the beginning.
Right. But I mean, that's basically what happened to Game of Thrones, is that he hadn't written out Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring and all of that stuff. He knew where he wanted the end point to be, but he didn't know quite how he was going to get there. And they kept pestering him and saying, look, we need notes, we need something. And he kept saying, you've got lots of material in the other books, just stretch. And they're saying, we're under a time and budget crunch, and so I think they probably handled it incompetently, but I think they also sort of had to.
But Fire and Blood is complete.
No, the
story of Rhaenyra, the story of the Dance of Dragons is complete.
The Fire and Blood is going to be a duology, so there is one book that is published, but there's another that is still forthcoming.
But the story that they're telling is complete within Fire and Blood, the Dance of Dragons. We all know the beginning, middle, and end of that.
You'd have to speak to that, because I only have the first volume and I haven't completed it. So I don't know if it's self-contained within that book. But I know there is another book.
Joffrey tells everybody how it ends anyway in the main show.
Yeah.
But
yes, Joffrey spoiled the end of House of the Dragon in like season 3 of Game of Thrones.
But I mean, there had to be changes. They made significant changes in the first season that impacted the second season.
Mm-hmm.
And unless they were planning on trying to retrofit some characters in that they bizarrely left out, the story is already compromised. So I understand Martin's frustration, but at the same time, you allowed them to do what they did. But on the other token, we know that they are not as capable of freestyling the adaptation as they would hope they are. So this is a collaborative mess on both sides.
There's another question as well as what he allowed them to do. It's like, I don't think he's really in a position to tell them you're not allowed to do this. He's just an executive producer.
He clearly doesn't have creative control.
Yeah.
If he did, this wouldn't even be a question. If he had like J.K. Rowling levels of creative control, this would not be a question. He clearly doesn't. And my problem is not them being like, George, we don't have the budget for this. It's the fact that he's giving this guy notes and this guy's ignoring them. That's the problem, I think.
Without knowing the context for the notes, I don't really have a way to comment. And I haven't seen House of the Dragon. I have them. I have bought the series, but I haven't watched any of it, so I don't really know how to talk about it.
I think I just have it like in my head. I'm still angry about The Witcher. The way that they have like completely shut out the author of the Witcher books.
And Henry Cavill.
Yep. Yeah, Henry Cavill and Bowden Mail for being like, guys, we got the work here. Let's adapt what works and what people want to see. But again, I do agree with in the sense that if you have an author who is alive, or honestly someone from the estate who is an actual, who is actually taking their gatekeeper role seriously, and they are giving you notes on how to help the show thrive, you are responsible to take those notes, review them, and find a way to make it work. Because yes, there are some things that cannot be very cleanly adapted to TV, but your job is to take it, understand where they're coming from, and make it work because they know the story better than you do. It's their story, or they're the steward of the story.
Trish, what do you think?
You tried to get me off guard again, Lorn. I actually kind of agree with what you said when you were first playing Devil's Advocate. It's going to be like a funny example, but this is ages ago now, but I had read all of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants books, and when they made them into movies, the first movie didn't end the way the first book, which it followed, ended, but I understood why, because at the end of the book, they were all in separate places, and the movie clearly wanted them all together at the end because it's a better way to tie a bow on the movie, instead of having everyone fractured in different places. So it was like one of those where part of me was like, this isn't how it ended, and another part of me was like, I get it though.
I can't stand that movie. Look, I can believe that a man can fly. I can believe that there's a school for wizards. I can believe a lot of things. I do not believe that there's a pair of pants that fit both Alexis Bledel and America Ferrara. Absolutely not.
Can I also state that all pants are traveling pants, and if they're not pants?
Well, they're traveling because they go between the four girls. They travel between the four girls.
It fits all four of them somehow miraculously.
They're traveling because they move. That's what pants do.
It's a different way of using the word traveling, Lorn. It has a different definition within the context of the world.
They mailed the pants to each other.
When they were not near. Oh my God, Lorn. You're not wrong.
I know.
But that's not what traveling in the title means.
It's not? Explain to me how it does not mean that the pants did not move.
I just did. The traveling is between the four girls. They would mail them off and stuff, and they would travel.
That's how movement works, Trish.
This is an abstract concept, apparently.
No, it's not. You're trying to make it abstract. It is absolutely literal. I'm just saying the title is ridiculous. You could have just called it the Sisterhood of the Pants.
No, that's
sounds
dumb.
like a party.
Oh, that's dumb. But Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants is brilliant.
I didn't say it was brilliant, but I understand the meaning behind it as opposed to Sisterhood of the Pants. Like, what?
All pants.
we're missing the point here. A pair of jeans that fit Alexis Bledell's tiny little frame and America Ferrara's Badonkadonk at the same time.
You do realize that in the books they were, not written as Alexis Bledel and America Ferrara, right?
In the movie, that's what they are, and that's what I'm going off of.
Well, which order were the pants worn in?
It was like rotating. It was not like a, you know what I mean? It wasn't
more
like
what I'm getting at is that if you go from, what's the gal's name?
Alexis Bledel to America Ferrara, or from
America Ferrara. I couldn't think of it. If you go from America Ferrara to Alexis Bledel, it could work. She's just going to be sagging in the caboose. But if you go the other direction, there's probably going to be some problems. At least without a seamstress.
The entire point of my example is out the window. Thank you for that.
But to fix that, what you would do is you would take the pants to a seamstress and they would have to travel. And they would let the pants out, and now the seamstress is part of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Okay, there you go. That's what happens in the books, guys. That's how it fits everybody. That's how there you go. Will it stop this conversation?
No.
Is the seamstress Taylor Smurf? With
yeah,
a little
sure.
pencil?
Sure. Exactly who
Wasn't
it
Blake
is.
Lively in it too?
Yes. Like really early on in her career too.
Yeah. Is it pre-Gossip Girl?
I think so. Potentially, yeah.
Farting all over Gossip Girl.
She's the worst character in that show.
It's my favorite story that she's farting all over the set.
I forgot about that.
How?
Hopefully
she's not doing it in those pants if she's sending them to other people.
It's an interesting sisterhood.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, there you go.
Somebody opens up the box that the pants come in. They're just like, "Whoa, fuck! What is that?"
If they had was Margot Robbie in it?
No. But I know where you're going with it, Lorn.
You're going with a Harley Quinn thing, weren't you?
It ties it all together.
It does.
Next up, we've got Amelia takes over the internet. UK government AI avatar ruins internet nanny efforts out of Europe. This was a story I didn't see coming, but it's kind of fascinating.
Now, I didn't know about this until Pro wrote about it.
It's interesting. I thought it was kind of neat. Sorry, UK government. It turns out your avatar of awful is actually someone everyone wants to love. A fictional persona named Amelia has unexpectedly surged to prominence on social media, particularly on X, as a character at the center of debates about British society, etiquette, and online culture. What began as a minor element of an educational digital project has turned into a viral internet phenomenon, prompting discussion far beyond its initial context. Amelia originates from a UK government-funded educational project designed to teach media literacy and awareness of online radicalization.
Propaganda tool, let's call it what it is.
In the game, players encounter Amelia, portrayed as a purple-haired goth-style character who espouses views out of line with the UK government. The intent behind the design was to present a stylized caricature of online behaviors disliked by the authorities so that users would recognize and resist such content. So here's the first place where they went off the rails here, I think. In the UK, what kind of purple-haired goth-style character is going to be protesting against the government? Right?
Maybe they still
seem
think goths as actual goths who are supposed to be anti-establishment.
Doesn't that seem like a paradigm mismatch, though?
You gave everybody what they wanted, you dullards.
I read this. It's like, so the UK government thinks that side-shaved, purple-haired goth chicks are the ones who are saying close the border?
Well, the problem is you gave them a hot based goth chick. Of course, they all latched onto it.
It's like, how did they not see this coming? However, the character's aesthetic and presentation didn't resonate with players as intended. Instead of being seen strictly as a cautionary example, Amelia's design, amplified through AI art, memes, and stylized interpretations, draw your own conclusions, folks, drew enthusiastic attention from online users.
Uh-huh.
I'll bet they did. Some began to recast her as a similar waifu figure, christening her with That's not the right word. With fan art and alternative narrative arcs that starkly contrast with the project's original educational purpose.
Very poor choice of words.
Once Amelia's image and personality traits spread across X, the character was adapted into countless AI-generated artworks, memes, and derivative texts. Users on different parts of the political spectrum reacted in conflicting ways. Now, this is how they are portraying this character. Does that seem at all to comport with reality to you?
No. Especially her BMI.
Amid the online uproar, reports indicate that the government-linked game has been withdrawn or disabled because the character's unpredictable reception made the tool ineffective at conveying its intended media literacy lessons. Critics online describe this as an example of propaganda misfire, a situation where an official message is co-opted by the public in ways that undermine its original purpose. Amelia's rise highlights several broader trends shaping today's discourse on AI, politics, and digital engagement. AI and digital culture can rapidly reshape institutional content into cultural symbols that carry meanings that are independent of their creators' intentions. Public engagement with social issues online often involves reinterpretation and remixing, particularly when characters or narratives have striking visuals or personality traits. Government efforts to counter problematic content may struggle when digital natives reinterpret or satirize educational tools, especially if the tools feel top-down or overly didactic. Now, this is just a really, really fancy way of saying, you guys got memed.
Yeah.
What makes Amelia more than just an internet joke is the way her story exposes the challenge of controlling narrative in the digital age. A character initially built to discourage engagement with online extremism became a viral subject of exactly the kind of communal discourse that educational campaigns aim to shape. Whether she becomes a forgotten meme or a lasting symbol of digital culture remains to be seen, but her current prominence on platforms like X reveals the fluid and often unpredictable intersection of AI, politics, and popular culture. Like Duskborn, the game funded by a European Union grant, Amelia just might be one of the biggest eggs in the face of European and British leaders looking to take control of young minds. It turns out people love Amelia, even if you were supposed to be disgusted by her. I actually, like you, I had not heard about this story, but I thought it was fascinating when I read it. Because, first of all, I didn't know that it happened, but this is such a weird propaganda play to try to make this way. It's like, who did they think they were speaking to?
I have been known to alter everything about me because a goth girl wanted me to in the past. So
let's find a goth girl for Marvin Stat.
No, I've moved beyond that phase. I'm happily married, and my wife is not goth.
The craft ruined lots of lives.
It did. It really did.
Trish, I'm dying to know what you think.
I got nothing.
Really?
No, I got nothing.
So they tried to invent a propaganda machine, and people actually ended up liking it and siding with it.
Yeah,
and using it in their own counter messaging, let's say.
They made it their own.
And somehow Tumblr returned, but everybody was happy about it this time.
Yeah, that does have Tumblr energy.
That's as much mileage as we're going to get out of this one, I think.
Are we at the point where I log into Instagram tomorrow and there's going to be a AI video of Trump threatening to bomb the UK in order to save Amelia?
That's 100% what's going to happen.
Well, you definitely put it out there now.
And then I have to stop and go, this could be true. Is this true?
Yep.
Ducky 1969 for $2. Filoni equals human Ken doll.
Oh, well, he's a...
First of all, you leave that magnificent Ken alone.
Yeah.
Ken is the most based movie character of all time. You leave him alone.
So Ryan Kinnell on Friday Night Tights tonight went on the greatest Dave. Like, he lost his mind screaming about Dave Filoni because this is his soapbox thing. And yeah, like, I can't repeat literally any of it on this show, but it was pretty incredible. And it like, you know, we are not out of the woods. This is second verse, same as the first. My original when I did the yeah, when I did the original thumbnail for the video that I did on this, it was Kathleen Kennedy dressed as the Wicked Witch of the West melting, and Dave Filoni is standing behind her with a bucket of water, also dressed as the Wicked Witch of the West, because it's the same thing.
You know what always makes me laugh in The Wizard of Oz? When they ask if they could take the broom after they defeat her, and the guard is like, please, and take it with you. It was like, I didn't mean like I'm just going to hold it. Like, I needed to take it with me. Like, that was such a weird response to me.
Well, I mean, it's an exciting time for all of them. Maybe they weren't thinking straight. Like Dave Filoni.
So.
Snarky Distinct for $1.99. Greetings, Tish and gents.
It's all right.
All right, now you're Tish.
Right. And
French.
Ohio Magic for $5. Sheldon Cooper in the ball pit. Bazoombas! Bazoombas! Bazoombas!
Oh my gosh.
I think Marv got a little bit of a kick out of that one.
Look at this Bazinga.
I know. I never really got into that show. I don't really like that. Was a Chuck Lorre show, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I never really liked any of his output.
I liked Young Sheldon more than I liked Big Bang Theory.
Now, sadly, I have to annoy Trish. Is the Star Wars Rey movie still happening? Kennedy ignores Daisy Ridley film and exit interview by our own Marvin Montanaro. Marvin, is the Rey movie still happening?
Probably not.
Kevin.
Hold on, here. Dotson! Dotson's here! You see? Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Yes, it's definitely happening. I'm going to be the outlier, and I'm going to predict it's happening.
I like Daisy Ridley. I feel bad that she has been burdened with this character.
With the millions of dollars that she made from it?
Yes,
yeah.
But it's also destroyed. It's also destroyed her career.
She's having a career resurgence. She's actually getting work again.
Female Die Hard was terrible, but her swimming the English Channel was actually. I thought that was actually quite good.
She's getting like prestige projects now. That's like why, because like all the updates we've gotten from her about the Rey movie have been because oh my goodness, I got a tickle in my throat.
It's Kathleen from going Montanaro. Montanaro.
Yeah, well, so it's because she's doing press for like the various movies that she's been in. That was one of the other reasons why we originally thought that this wasn't happening, because she's taking roles in other films right now. So, you know, despite the fact she's like, oh, I talked to Kathleen and she said that things are going well. I'm like, yeah, of course she did. She's packing her bag. She's not even in the office anymore. Like, if our sources to be believed on this, Kathleen Kennedy has not been the head of Lucasfilm in over a year.
All right, so I'm not even going to read the article because it'll just annoy Tish, and I don't want to do that.
Oh my god, you can read the article if you want. I'll just quietly sit here while you guys talk about it.
I'm more interested in the analysis. So, what do you think the significance is that Kathleen mentioned all of these other projects, but not this one?
Because this is the one that she hung her hat on the hardest. And if she's like, there's no forward momentum on this, then that's the biggest egg on her face. That would have made her look bad in this exit interview. And, you know, because if it was anyone other than Mike Fleming Jr., her biggest sycophant that was doing this interview with her, they would have said, what about the new Jedi Order Rey movie? Like somebody would have asked.
So I want to take this conversation in a slightly different direction than I think that I originally intended for it to go. Eventually, NDAs are going to expire, and people are going to start talking. We're finally going to start getting books about what happened here. That's when all of the finger pointing is going to start beginning. Who do you think's pointing the fingers? Who do you think they're pointing them at? And what do you think Kathleen is going to do? How do you think she's feeling right now? And how is she going to take her revenge on anybody who... I have to be very careful about what I almost said. I almost used a phrase that would have gotten us in trouble. Anybody that points the finger at her, let's put it that way.
I think that people like Edgar Wright are because wasn't Edgar Wright originally doing one of the films?
I don't remember hearing about him doing one.
Or no, I'm sorry. Who was it that was supposed to do Rise of Skywalker?
Oh, originally? It's
Yeah.
gone through a lot of different hands. There was Damon Lindelof. Is that who you're thinking of?
Maybe I'm thinking of Lindelof. I don't know.
Trevorrow.
But like,
Colin Trevorrow.
No,
yeah,
that was
Colin
Rise of
Trevorrow.
Skywalker.
That's what I'm
That was
yeah, I'm thinking,
that was Rise of Skywalker.
that's what I said. Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Rey movie still. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah, no. Colin Trevorrow, I think, is definitely going to point the finger at her. I think that now I don't even remember who was it that was doing. Was it Edgar Wright doing the doing Solo originally? Who was it that was doing Solo? And she took it away and gave it to Ron Howard.
No, it was the guys that did the Lego movie. It was the brothers.
Yes. Okay.
Can't think of their names though.
Yeah, they'll probably point the finger at her. You know who I think will eventually turn on her just to save face is Leslie Headland.
That's an interesting angle.
I feel like Leslie Headland will eventually be like, it was all Kathy's fault. Because she won't have power anymore.
She's one of the few that actually could probably do it without risk, which is an interesting point. I hadn't considered that. But the thing is that I think it's important to remember that Kathleen does still wield power in Hollywood. And so anybody that is wanting to take a shot at her is going to be taking a risk. But I don't see how they can keep this under wraps. People are going to want to write about all of the production stuff on the back end. There are going to be business classes taught about this.
There needs to be business classes taught about the what happened when Disney turned Marvel and Star Wars into girl brands, because it is one of the biggest collapses of all time. That's why her saying, I wouldn't change anything is one of the most absurd statements of all time. You oversaw the most epic collapse in the history of Hollywood IPs. What do you mean you wouldn't take anything back? What do you mean you wouldn't do anything differently?
So I don't know how to ask this question. I'm just going to throw it out there. What do you think Kathleen is doing now?
Sitting in a dark room corner
with red wine.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that she's doing that. I think she's seething, though. And I think that she is going to try and plan something public, some way to sabotage or twist the knife, or
she's not getting the Viking funeral that we all thought she was going to get. She didn't get the the golden parachute. Like if she was leaving under good terms, it would have been Kathleen's last day in office is going to be the day after The Mandalorian and Grogu comes out, and up until that point, it is going to be the entire industry is going to be singing the praises of Kathleen Kennedy, the greatest female executive Hollywood has ever seen. And then that movie comes out, it has a big weekend, and she rides off into the sunset. They're not doing that.
So I have a funny feeling that this got expedited because they're doing research and seeing that Mando and Grogu is not tracking well, and they need to get rid of her stink in order to try to trick people into going.
This is actually what my next question was, do you think this even caught her by surprise?
Well, I think that nobody is going to realize that this was all made under her regime, and they're going to think of The Mandalorian and Grogu as the first no Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars project, and people will go to it because of that. But no, I don't think this caught her by surprise. If in fact she has been sent home for a year, the way our source would indicate, then it doesn't surprise me in any way.
I'm talking about the timing. We know that her retirement has been planned, but I tend to agree that I think she thought that it was going to come around or after The Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Was the fact that it happened yesterday and that they made the announcement about the reskin of the Disneyland Galaxy's Edge the day before, did that catch her by surprise?
That's possible, yeah.
Okay.
That's
all right,
possible. That caught her by surprise.
Trish, what do you think?
I think whatever you all think about it. You all know what you're talking about. So I trust your word. I will follow you into battle blindly on this.
Really?
Yes.
On
How would I
anything?
know? No, on this.
Lorn right now,
Calm
the
down.
wheels, the insidious wheels in Lorn's head are turning right now.
We're allies, Lauren. Don't
on how,
forget.
on how he can use that to his advantage.
It's
I
only
do
about
have a-
Star Wars.
I do have a bit of chaos within me. It's not
A
a
bit?
huge streak.
A bit.
Actually, not much. I'm pretty straight laced, but there's a streak. I'm no Wilton.
If you were, I wouldn't be on this show.
I'd make you be
Ooh,
on this show.
drama.
I like Wilton.
I like Wilton too.
I like Wilson 3.
That's it for the stories. Well, like I said, we were going kind of light on the stories tonight, and that's so that we can get into the main topic of the evening, which is going to be the cinematic year of 1990. Kevin, tee us up. This was your idea.
All right. I was actually just Googling when Hudson Hawk came out. Like, oh, did I miss one? But
that goes on the other end of the spectrum, my friend.
But that was 91. That was
Not for Kevin, I'm sure.
That's actually one of the first movies I remember realizing, oh wow, everybody hates this movie. I once I kind of went down that little trip of memory lane, I decided that I thought it would be cool if every once in a blue moon we took a look at the decades and then picked a year from that decade and discussed the box office that was and reminisce about yesteryear. And just 1990 was just prolific. I mean, it had everything and anything from January 1st to December 31st. It was stacked. It was stacked, and that's not including anything that was still printing money from 89. And there was a lot still printing money from 89. But yes, I thought it'd be a lot of fun because there are some gems that we've talked about on this show a couple times, like Dick Tracy and Darkman, and just so I figured I grabbed a bunch of posters, sent them over to Lorn. He was probably shocked at the sheer volume of content.
I did have to cull some, and so it's not nearly as long as what you gave me, but I do have a bunch. I knew that we'd have more probably than we'd have time to talk about. So this is just a sampling. That's what's amazing about this list is that there's some movies in here. There are a couple that I wasn't familiar with, so there's a couple I don't know. You have what seems like a pretty good mix in here, but
I did pick a couple of dark horses that I didn't expect a lot of people to know.
But, I mean, when you consider the output that we're going to go through here and you realize all of this was in 1 year, and then compare that to the dreck that we're getting today, it's like, how were they just churning these out? And the answer was they had talent, money, and cocaine, and probably very few scruples. But the first one that's on the list here, I know this is going to actually probably make, I don't know about Trish, but I would guess all three of you happy.
I thought Marv would have been more excited.
So
Yeah,
I was
too.
looking away. I was on the other screen. I had to click back over. No, this is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, from Christopher Lloyd as Murloc, the villain. I just watched this again recently, and just Shabooey! We all yelled Shabooey as kids. Maybe not Trish, but like a lot of us did.
Yeah, I don't recall yelling that as a child.
I was yelling Bubba Clubba.
Oh, everyone yelled Bubba Clubba. But I mean, this is also kind of the last episode of DuckTales, isn't it?
No,
didn't
this come out before the last season?
I don't know. I always thought it as like the finale of DuckTales. One of the main clips that I use in all of my videos is from this movie where Scrooge McDuck is in the money bin and "Give me money." The floor turns into bazoombas. Watch it again. You'll see. I think it every single time I watch it.
Well,
and then he paws at them.
He ends up getting something better than money. I'm assuming you guys saw this theatrically when it came out.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I did not. I was 5 years old this year, so I only saw one movie this year, and I'm sure in the theater, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it.
Well, it's definitely not the next one.
It was not.
Thanksgiving. This came out during Thanksgiving. I love this movie, by the way. This movie is criminally underrated. This is just phenomenal, and you get a whole bunch of new cool lore that they plopped into this movie, up to and including just on a whim gag, including the xenomorphs. This movie is freaking cool, and it was supposed to be shot in New York, but at the time, New York's taxes and filming permit fees were so high that they had no choice but to move it to LA. But the general theme of the story was it was supposed to be central to New York. The lightning strike was supposed to be on top of the Empire State Building, and according to my father, where they kind of gave the city up to the gangs at one point in time, that was an actual discussion that the city was having when it had no money to actually fight crime. They're like, we're just going to give the gangs sections of the city and go, here, you guys keep it. The Warriors was almost true.
Wow.
Marvin?
I obviously didn't see this the year it came out. I don't know if I've ever actually seen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I've seen the first one, but
Trish?
It will shock no one to know that I have never seen Predator 2. This has guy movie written all over it.
So I guess, Kevin, one of the things that I don't know about this movie is the lead in this is Danny Glover, if I remember right.
Yes.
How did that come about, and why didn't Arnie come back?
Arnold did not want to come back. They tried.
Because he was scared of me, all-American Jesse the Body Ventura. You know, my arms are bigger than Arnold's, actually.
I would know. I was a governor.
I was a governor and a Navy SEAL.
But,
my car is powered by corn syrup.
Yeah, Arnold didn't want to come back. They kind of went back and forth, and then they decided they wanted to try to go in a very different direction. And I don't remember how they got to Danny Glover, but Danny Glover said he was up for it. And I mean, I thought it was brilliant casting. You got young Bill Paxton, Maria Conchita. Oh God, what's her name? Maria Conchita Alonso. Why can't I remember her name? Oh gosh, who was the comic who plays the other cop?
Danny Glover made a deal with spirits to get him cast in this movie and help his baseball team win the pennant that one year.
But essentially, LA's over with these Warren games. Morton Downey Jr. is phenomenal in this, essentially playing himself. And the Predator, and there's a massive heat wave. Predator jumps in and starts taking out all the gangs, and this team of cops is like, what is going on? And then the Predator realizes that it wants to hunt down Danny Glover and freaking what's his name? God, what's Crazy Pants' name? Gary.
Busey.
Yes, thank you. And then Gary Busey comes up to chew up the scenery, and it's got one of the coolest kills in movie history when it throws the little cutting disc through all the meat plant, and Gary Busey gets cut in half. Awesome. They even work in some comedy. Predator shows them running through an apartment building. You get like a reverse Howard the Duck thing going on, but without the duck areola.
The Duck Bazoombas.
We got a theme tonight.
The Duck Bazoombas came up on That Park Place today.
Why?
Yeah,
clearly we've got it on the brain.
I mentioned how we were saying Indiana Jones and the Bossy Stork was one of the worst Lucasfilm bombs of all time. I said, yeah, it was probably worse than than Howard the Duck. And then somebody in the chat goes, remember when Lorn got Marv's channel bombed because of Howard the Duck? And Lorn was in the chat and he was like, that wasn't me. I wasn't even on that one.
Lorn was there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm getting blamed for all this stuff I didn't do.
And guys, it was the final 5 minutes of the episode.
Oh, but it was 5 minutes that will live in infamy, Kevin.
So next one up here is Flatliners.
Flatliners. This is a cool horror movie that is just jam-packed with star power.
I mean, really.
the way I remember this is that they're research students who are basically stopping patients' hearts and studying their brain function to try and get as close to the line of death as they can, if I remember right. And they start experimenting on themselves, and the part of the tension of the thing is that they start seeing things during that period of death. If I remember right, it's been a long time.
Yeah,
so
no, I think you pretty much got it. You pretty much got it. Yeah, they're trying to figure out they're trying to figure out the point between where you die and when you see the bright light, and they're trying to do it in a way where you can remember what's going on, and then as the movie poster says, some lines should never be crossed.
I didn't remember Julia Roberts was in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually didn't remember that, but this is Pretty Woman, so she's around, but she hasn't broken out yet.
It's not Pretty Woman. It's the same year.
The same year, but
Yeah.
I think this one came out.
Did it come out first?
Yeah, this one came out first.
All right, this one I think you both had on your lists.
Yes. I'll stop.
Yes.
Stop
Yeah.
She's a strong, powerful leader.
She's a powerful leader. He's also patriarchal. We needed this woman-centered.
Can we talk about Edward Scissorhands instead of the chick who is really annoying with no hair?
Story of an uncommonly gentle man. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, obviously by the
WO.
Well, obviously the both of you that Lorn was speaking about is me and Kevin, because Marv would not put this on his list.
I hate this movie.
But he's wrong. It's a classic. Don't listen to Marv. He has no idea what he's
You're
talking
talking about the weird, annoying chick. I thought you meant Edward Scissorhands.
This is just you with your Tim Burton thing that you've got, which is so odd to me because you seem like someone who should love Tim Burton.
You've seen one, you've seen them all. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be dark. It's gonna be slightly creepy.
No?
It's gonna have Johnny Depp in it.
Can we agree that Tim Burton is a little odd?
Yes, clearly.
All right, so clearly you're passionate about this movie. Talk about it.
No,
Trish.
I just love this movie. It's just I can't explain it, honestly. I mean, we sort of talked about it.
What? What do you mean you can't explain it?
Why am I getting beat up tonight? Like, I don't understand what I did to anybody.
Do you like the movie?
Yes, I'm not Marv.
Why?
I like the movie.
Why do you like the movie?
I like things being a little offbeat and quirky and weird. So Tim Burton's style, not, it's the same movie every time. His style appeals to me. And there's moments in it, particularly when he...
Leave her be.
Particularly
She's doing
when
good.
he's making the thing out of the ice and it looks like it's snowing. That's, I don't want to say like, iconic like the kids say, but I mean, it is a classic scene that if you know the movie and you, I guess, like the movie, you really like it. I mean, you saw Kevin. What was that, Kevin?
I said, it's iconic.
Now, I'm curious because you are a Tim Burton fan. I see that Mike made a comment in here that I actually kind of agree with. Big Fish is Tim Burton's best movie. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen Big Fish. I have not seen. I'm not like some mega fan, but what I've seen. I like. I'm like the anti Marv. I generally like the Tim Burton things I watch.
I will admit when I like a Tim Burton thing, I love Batman '89. I love Batman Returns, and I really actually liked Sweeney Todd.
How much of the Batman ones is just because it's Batman?
Not about 85%, but okay. I digress. Like, no, I thought Sweeney Todd was the right project for him.
Will you do me a favor, Trish, and consider watching Big Fish?
Yeah, I'll consider it. I don't have any reason to be like, ew, no. So
I would like to see what you think of that movie, because I actually, Tim Burton for me, I'm sort of in Marv's camp, but not entirely. I'm a take it or leave it guy with him. There's things that I think he goes too far out there, but there's movies of his that I really do like, and Big Fish is one of those. It's a great movie, and you got to be a little bit patient with it. It takes a little bit to open up and kind of show its cards, but it's worth it when you get there.
Actually, it was a good thing you told me that it
I
may
kept
be a little slow to start.
that's why I gave it to you that way.
Not that I'm
because
impatient, but
oh,
know.
that's another one too. Sleepy Hollow is another
Oh, I have that
great.
one.
I like that one too. All right,
Yeah.
but that's I don't think that's 1990. So next, this one I don't know. I've never heard of this movie before.
So yeah, this was a dark horse. I love this movie because it's one of those rare movies where Michael Keaton plays a villain. So essentially, Matthew Muldoon and Melanie Griffin, they play this newlywed couple. They move into a apartment, and the landlord lives above them or below them. But the landlord is Michael Keaton, and at first everything seems really cool, and they get really friendly, and then Michael Keaton gets scary, and it all just kind of goes to hell from there. The I remember I got this from the video store. For some bizarre reason, my mother purchased 5 movies, and this was one of them. I don't think she ever looked at the box. It just picked it up, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" And I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." And I watched the hell out of this movie. But it is. I tell everybody, if you have never seen it, this is definitely worth watching at least twice.
Marvin, you ever seen this one?
No, I'm not.
I'm assuming you haven't either, Trish.
No, I haven't. I hadn't even heard. I saw it on the list when I was looking at movies because I was saying to Kevin that I know I've seen movies from 1990, but I don't necessarily remember that they're from 1990. So I was looking at a list, and when I saw this on here, I was like, I have no clue what this movie is.
Well, this next one I know is going to be one of your favorites. I am actually really happy that this one made it on the list.
That's not what I was expecting to come up.
It's not what I was expecting.
It's a masterpiece. This is a wonderful movie.
You can guess which one of us put it on their list.
Honestly, I mean, this movie takes a concept that shouldn't really work. It's a low budget B movie comedy that's got Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon and Egg Shen. I can't think of his name. and Burt Gummer. I can't think of Michael Gross. Reba McEntire, for crying out loud. In this comedy horror. I showed this movie to my son, and I told him, look, I know this is a weird pick, but we're going to sit down and watch this, and I know you're going to have a good time. And we started watching it, and it gets to the point where you start seeing the graboids, and he's like, what is this? And I said, just wait for it. And by the end of it, he totally got it, and it made me so happy that this weird thing. And do you have any idea how many sequels have been made for this thing?
So remember the TV show?
I didn't get to see it.
Brilliant. I was so it was too short-lived, but yes, I watched at least 3 of the sequels.
I love the fact that a movie like this, totally low budget. This is like almost the lowest of the low budget. But if you get a good concept that is silly but fun, and the actors believe in it, if they actually put in the work to believe in the nonsense that you're showing, you can have a great time. Tremors is a really fun movie. I'm really glad you put it on the list.
I love
movie. We're going to follow that up with another one that's kind of in the same vein. That's another one that I love. This is another one I'm really glad that you put on the list.
Darkman. Oh, I love this movie.
This was my introduction to Liam Neeson.
Actually, this is one of the first movies where I realized, oh wait, Liam Neeson is in this one. That and the other movie that he made with Patrick Swayze, and I can't remember who the other brother is. Next of Kin, I think.
Oh, you're talking about a different one. Okay.
But but this movie is often. This is Sam Raimi creating a superhero and making a classic noir movie, and I think I've mentioned this before. When I was a little kid. What's the name of the actor who plays Durant? He was on LA Law playing someone who was mentally disabled. And as a little kid, I actually really thought that he was disabled. So I was like, he's doing a wonderful acting job. This is incredible.
God, he's just knocking it out of the park.
My little 9-year-old brain did not comprehend.
Apparently, he was just in the other property that you watched him in.
Those people don't actually exist.
This, and then I also reference this movie all the time too, because I have many a time explained what's happening when someone irritates me.
Well,
Give me the bear.
Part of the charm of the thing is that he really did create his own comic book character, and you would believe that it was ripped right out of the comic books, and it's got all of the Sam Raimi signatures that show up in his movies. They're all there. The zoom camera, the yeah, very lots of movement with Sam Raimi. All of the stupid little jokes. He's just. I love this movie unabashedly.
Kevin, I put this on my list too. Lorn was like, "You have some overlap with Kevin." In my head, I was like, "Kindergarten Cop's definitely one of them."
But Dominic, I'm your father. I caught this movie all the time too. Stop whining! I scream it many times in my house.
With that kid who was in everything at the time. The one in the blue shirt.
Yep.
Yes.
That
He was on Full House a lot.
He was on a lot, I feel like.
Was this the first comedy that Schwarzenegger did? I think it might have been.
I think it
maybe.
was, yeah.
And if so, that was a huge creative risk for him. That's actually a stretch to make the jump from action movie to comedy. I mean, not that action movies don't have comedic bits, but to go to a full comedic movie that's a risky jump.
And I think this is one of those ones that it came down to a race of who was going to say yes first, Stallone or Schwarzenegger.
I think that Schwarzenegger's the better choice.
I'm playing a Russian sea captain. I'll speak an ounce of Russian in the entire movie. I don't even think I say "nyet."
All right, but talk about why these movies. What impression did they make on you? Why are they so impactful? That's what I'd love to hear about these.
One, I was a super nerd, so I watched way too much, way more news than any person my age should have been watching. So I was way too dialed into current events. So watching this Cold War thriller play itself out, and you just have this intense story about these guys trying to defect but not telling everybody that they're defecting. I thought it was just fascinating. And also time too, I loved anything that had Sean Connery in it. Especially this era Sean Connery.
And in this one, it's Alec Baldwin that's playing the why can't I think of his name? Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, yeah.
And he was only in the one though, I think, and after that, Harrison Ford took over for him.
Yeah, and I think this was partly why he turned down Batman.
Batman?
Yeah, Alec Baldwin was supposed to be Batman. He turned it down.
Oh, you mean Alec? I suddenly I was going back to Sean Connery. It's like, who was Sean Connery going to play in Batman?
I'm Batman.
Actually,
you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
It'd be interesting to see what.
Come on, let's get nuts.
He would be the most badass Alfred, though. Because honestly, you've got James Bond as Alfred. That's kind of his background, Alfred's background. That's kind of fun to think about.
Alec Baldwin could never have been Batman. Batman never kills people with guns.
Oh.
Dun.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 in 2 nights. Didn't I do an Alec Baldwin joke last night too?
Yes, because he came up last night too, and I got to make a rude, thoughtless little pig joke, so I was good about that.
Okay, so I have an unpopular statement about this movie. This is my favorite Back to the Future.
Have
Really?
you noticed Marv has a
Yeah.
lot of opinions that, generally speaking, about movies would be an unpopular one? Like, if we remember the Christmas movies, he's like, I don't like this Christmas movie. I don't like this one. It's not a Christmas movie. You're doing it again. Back to the Future 3,
like
your
what I
favorite
like.
one,
Chris,
huh?
I'm not a conformist.
So I'm
Okay.
curious. Explain.
I just thought it was. I thought it was the most fantastical of them. You know, they go to a place that feels very much like another time, as opposed to like like the 50s, which was different from the 80s Hill Valley, but like
It was still close
kind of
enough
the
that you
same
could.
kind- it was close enough in society wise. Like there
Yeah.
were cars, like they went back to the past. Yeah, they went back 100 years in the past, and to me, that made it more of a time travel epic. Doc was a lot more like involved in this one. I liked that Doc. I was more of a Doc guy than a Marty guy when I was a kid, and I liked that Doc, had his own issue with Mad Dog Tannen. It wasn't just Marty, and then like Marty steps into that situation. I liked that we finally get the payoff of the nobody calls me chicken stuff. I liked that we finally I love the train sequence. The train sequence as a kid to me was one of the most nail-biting things I had ever seen.
Totally agree with you. My problem with the movie, and it's not a huge problem, but it's what keeps it from being at the top for me, is I hate the romance subplot with Doc and Clara.
Oh, I'm okay with giving Doc a family and like giving Doc a happily ever after.
I know this is my unpopular opinion. Like
Oh.
to me, I think it's because I didn't buy the chemistry between Christopher Lloyd and Mary Steenburgen.
It was very, because they do the love at first sight kind of thing, and it is very much like they're in love because the script says that they're in love. I get that. What I also like that this movie had a little bit of like it held some stuff back. Like nowadays, when they come back, somebody would have been like, "Hey, you went by Eastwood Ravine," as opposed to it just being a sign in the background that if you catch it, you happen to see it. Like today, they definitely would have called that out in the script.
Guys, one of you's got a speaker up. I'm not sure if it's Kevin or Marv, but one
I
of you
hear it
guys.
too, so it's not me.
Okay. Let's try that. See how that goes. Nope, still getting a bit of it.
Let me see something here.
Well, maybe it is me.
Yeah, I think it might have been you.
Okay, hold on.
All right, we're going to move on to the next one
now
while
it
we're
should be
doing
good.
that.
I do love the cartoon though. I love the Back to the Future cartoon.
The Back to the Future cartoon, we never need Back to the Future 4 because we already got it, the perfect Back to the Future 4 with the cartoon.
I also love that nobody knows why they made a Western, but they all thought that they all wanted to make a Western, but none of them wanted to make a Western. This movie was only made because of some massive miscommunication.
So next up, we got Days of Thunder.
I don't remember much about Days of Thunder other than I thought the race car driving was cool.
Excellent.
Kevin's like,
Next, we got Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Yes. I knew this was going to be on here.
Look, this movie is wonderful for one reason and one reason alone: the Hulk Hogan scene.
This is the greatest deconstructionist temper tantrum a person could ever see.
All right. Explain for the audience that hasn't seen it.
So, the director of this movie hated Gremlins, but didn't understand that Gremlins in and to itself is a deconstruction of a trope. So he went and broke this movie down sentence by sentence and turned it into the most outlandish, spectacular thing ever, and thought that they were not going to make this movie. And every time he said, I want to do this bizarre thing, someone signed off on it. The Key and Peele sketch is 100% accurate. That
I only saw this movie once, and it was on a VHS copy that got brought home, and I remember loving it, but I don't remember much of the movie other than it was bonkers.
Oh gosh, they predict where cable TV was going to go. I also remember because I saw this in the movie theaters. So when the film stops and Hulk Hogan appears, I jumped up and cheered because the Hulkster saved the movie.
He did. He wants to see the end of Gremlins 2, and so do I. We we were aligned in that moment.
I loved the brain gremlin singing singing New York, New York. That's everything about this insane movie. Them making fun of Phoebe Gates for having holiday trauma, I think, is one of the funniest understated scenes of the movie. The Batman joke with the Bat Gremlin turning into a gargoyle. This movie is spectacular. I just everything you're gonna watch. It's all right. You're gonna watch this movie, and you're probably gonna go, "This is the stupidest bleeping thing I've ever seen." And then you're gonna be sitting down and you're gonna realize, you know what? That was actually pretty funny. And then you're gonna watch it again, and you're gonna see its genius. The actual Christmas movie.
Oh, don't start this again,
with I think the dumbest title though.
Oh yes, Die Hard.
Die Harder.
Die Harder. And when the logo slides in, Die Hard 2. Go Die Harder. Slides in right after it. This has a couple of the coolest. The icicle kill was amazing, and I defy you to find a child who did not take an icicle and stab Snow with it after seeing this movie. And then I just love when the movie ends and he rescues everybody and he hugs his wife, and then she goes, "Why does this keep happening to us?"
This one I thought was a little bit of a dark horse pick because I remember this movie, but I don't remember it really making a splash or anything. Maybe it was more popular than I thought.
I love this movie just because this is Marlon Brando playing Don Corleone and respecting the character, but also going, "This is a great."
This is one of the movies where he doesn't wear pants so that he can't be filmed from the waist down. And Marlon Brando's not wearing pants.
This one actually felt to me like he actually took it seriously, which he really stopped doing at the end of his career. And that kind of surprised me a little bit that I don't think that he necessarily was a huge fan of The Godfather, and yet you're correct. He is playing Don Corleone here and playing it straight, kind of.
Yeah, I think part of it is because he knows he's poking fun at The Godfather, but he's also protecting it at the same time. So I think this was just something fun for him to do. He got to slide back into one of his many definitive roles and just went along with the joke.
That guy was so mercurial, though. It's like everything that I've ever read about him says that he was just a nightmare on every set that he was ever on. And
Christopher Reeves doesn't have a bad word to say, never had a bad word to say about anyone except Marlon Brando. And he had every bad word under the sun to say about that man.
Can you help me out here, please? Can you? Oh, I didn't read the script. What am I supposed to be saying? Just give me an earpiece.
I know the next one's going to make people happy.
This is the one I saw in theaters that year. This is in my top 10 movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you liked, wasn't it 2 or 3 better?
No, I like all 3 of them, but this is the best one. I mean, by far and away. Because what they did was they made a movie out of the comic book, essentially, which was something that no one expected because, we were in the Go Green Machine era, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they decided to go like full, like dark, gritty Turtles, and it worked so well. I mean, the Shredder was a genuine threat.
One of the best movie entrances ever.
Yes. Yes, I mean, like people are like, "Oh, it's a shame that like the Splinter puppet was so like, limited." I'm like, no, it works. They made it work with the way Splinter dispatches the Shredder at the end. I like that more than if he was flipping around all over the place.
Well, especially too, it was 1990. I mean, the puppet looks phenomenal. But for a little further context too, unless you were a comic book person, and even then, comic book people, a lot of people slept on Ninja Turtles. And then out of nowhere, the comic got super popular. But it was like also right just as the show got super popular. And they are two very different creatures. In the comics, the turtles are drinking beer, not eating pizza. Raph is not. Raph doesn't have a. Raph isn't rude. He's hyper violent.
Yeah.
They all wear the same color. It's a different animal.
Yeah.
Rachel, I would say April is biracial. It's got more in common with Rashida Jones.
There was a really good episode of The Toys That Made Us about Ninja Turtles, and they talk about this movie in there. And apparently the producers, or not the producers, but like the people in charge of like the toy line, turned to the director and was like, "Well, you ruined that one. Like you screwed that up." And then the movie made like $1 bazillion. But of course, this is the movie that actually had them using their weapons because they were never allowed to again because the parent groups all complained about how violent it was. And for some reason back then we listened to mommy groups.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, so in the chat, I purposefully did not add Mel Gibson's Hamlet to this because I was pretty sure I was probably the only one who watched Mel Gibson's Hamlet.
And also for the chat, yes, Jim Henson was the one that brought the Turtles. Without Jim Henson, this movie does not work at all. Which is funny because like each turtle is actually like played by 3 people. You have the person that's in the costume, you have the person who's puppeteering the face because they use a device called a Waldo for that. So it's basically a remote control puppet. And then you have the person that actually does the voice. So yeah, it's so cool. Amazing.
I just watched Ernie Reyes Jr. talk about being in the costume and also being Keno in the second movie. I talk about how they were filming in Atlanta. And he's like, just imagine wearing this 100-pound costume and then sweating in it all day. And now your 100-pound costume is now a 250-pound costume and you're flipping and doing splits.
He literally trained with Master Roshi. He wore a 100-pound turtle shell and did karate and then took it off and could suddenly move so well. Like he literally did the turtle hermit school.
Man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just yeah.
I like this. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Talk about it as a representative of your people.
Didn't see it till way later in life. When I saw it, I finally understood every joke in Animaniacs with the good feathers, because for the life of me, I had no idea what that was referencing for my entire childhood. But yeah, no, this is a phenomenal story based on a true story. The life of Henry Hill. I mean, it's one of the most iconic mafia films of all time after The Godfather. It's
I actually have a very close friendship with someone who participated in a deed that happens in this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When he was
That's unsettling.
When he was 16 years old. That's all I'm going to say about that.
One thing that I love in this movie is you can tell that this is David Chase's favorite mafia movie because the cast of The Sopranos is filled with people from this movie. Paulie Walnuts is in it. Christopher is in it. Melfi is the wife. So the lady who plays Dr. Melfi was actually offered the role of Carmela Soprano, but she didn't want to be typecast as a mob wife because of Goodfellas, so she took the role of the therapist instead. There are others that are in it too. I can't think of them off the top of my head. I think no, Uncle Junior's in The Godfather, but he might be in this too. There's a lot of people from The Sopranos that are in this movie. But I mean, the Joe Pesci is amazing in this. Funny like a clown, like I amuse you.
Todorico. Great movie.
Get to Mars.
I'm with it right up until the end when they do the decompression scene. And
Oh, what? That didn't hold you.
it's just, I'll accept a lot in movies. There's some gags in the movies that I like. It's a fun concept. It's actually a really cool concept for a story. But then you do whatever that rubber face mask effect was that was not at all what decompression would be like, and it's like, man. Now
I said Arnold's eyes cartoonishly bugging out of his head while he goes.
Well, to be fair, though, if that were happening to you, I think you would probably make those sounds. You would probably gain an Austrian accent to make those sounds.
And Trace,
but it is a great movie. I love Paul Verhoeven movies, but I have some issues with this one.
Yes. We overlapped on this one too.
Oh yeah, this one. I think all of us have this one.
Oh, I love this movie.
It's so good. It's every writer's worst nightmare, but it's so good.
You think that if you really want to get the Winds of Winter made, everybody should just be mailing a copy of this movie to George R.R. Martin.
You just send Kathy Bates over to his house and we'll have it in a month.
Well, if I remember right, this was her debut movie. I think this was the first thing that she ever appeared in. And it's also the first thing I ever remember seeing James Caan in.
Jimmy Caan.
It's the first thing you saw James Caan, though. It's not the first thing James Caan ever did.
No. But it's the first thing I ever... I'm sure I probably saw him in other stuff. But this is the first one where I actually realized, hey, that guy's James Caan. You know, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You're at that age now where they stop being that guy, and now you start knowing who these actors are and when they're in stuff.
Yep. That's exactly it. Yep. Everything from now on is Trish.
Oh,
well,
okay.
There's one actually that Kevin also had, but he saved it. You got it to me in a better format, so start with this one.
Keeping up with the Stephen King. I mean, we actually talked about this not that long ago. The only person who wasn't there was Kevin, and how we talked about this compared to It Chapter 1. They're like two completely different animals. And I feel like so much of what people know and reference and love about It is from this. As much as I love Chapter 1. And again, for those who didn't hear it the last time, I didn't watch Chapter 2. I heard it was mediocre and I didn't want to ruin Chapter 1. So I just left it alone.
You know what I find fascinating about this version is that the guy who developed the screenplay did not read the book. He's like, it is too long. I'm not reading this. And then essentially had someone give him the Cliff's Notes.
I kind of can't blame him. How long is this book? This is a doozy, right?
This is a massive book. This is a massive book.
Yeah.
The Witches.
Which didn't they remake it recently? And I was
they
just
remade it with Anne Hathaway. Yeah,
with Anne Hathaway.
They did.
Yeah,
it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, it was an HBO Max movie that they didn't put out in the theaters.
I was kind of
why
just
would you remake this?
The perpetual question, Lorn.
I do have to say that I prefer the.
Apologized for this movie.
Did she really?
She wasn't bad in it. It just
she was doing what she was supposed to do. She handed up it's a kids movie.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those things where it's like, one, she was not going to do better than Angelica Houston. You just can't. And then I just say though, I prefer the ending of this movie versus the actual ending of the story. I had
the book, you mean?
Yeah.
What's the ending of the book?
They stay mice. They don't get cured.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's
Roald Dahl didn't really like kids.
No, he did not. And it's why my third grade she was one of the nicest, sweetest people you could ever want to know. I love this man. I think we read I had it in the 3rd grade and the 5th grade, and she just if he had a book, we read it.
I loved Roald Dahl books as a kid. I read countless Roald Dahl books, so I get it. I get where she was coming from. Kevin, I said to Kevin, literally when we come home, I'm like, Kevin, I am putting Child's Play 2 on my list.
Is this the one where he actually like reforms from like liquid plastic in the toy factory? Or is that Child's Play 3?
That's 3.
Three, because he dies in the factory in this one.
Andy, please.
I just
It's
watched
so
this.
great.
I rewatched all of these recently because I wanted to watch the TV series, and they never made it to the TV series.
The TV series is so good, but they canceled it before I think it had. I never finished the 3rd season, and I believe I heard it ends on a cliffhanger, and I was like, "Come on!"
The one line that I heard from the TV series that made me want to watch it was, I guess, they bring Andy back, and the actor is quite large now, apparently. And Chucky says something to him like, "Andy, you've always been my white whale, and I mean that in multiple ways now."
They also bring Christina Elise back, Kyle. So
That's awesome.
Child's Play 2 is represented in that. They run the gamut. Jennifer Tilly's in it. Like,
Wait, is Child's Play
everybody's in
2 the military school?
That's
No,
the
that's
3rd
Child's
one.
Play 3.
I love that one. Hey, what do you know? Chucky's gonna be a bro.
That's what I think of every time. And I think of you saying it, Kevin. Not the part in the movie. I think of Kevin saying it. Ugh.
Oh,
Was this the one that overlapped with Kevin or no?
Yep.
It was. I had a feeling it was this one.
I love this movie, and I love its extra ridiculous sequel. This is just mwah. Gilbert Godfrey just trying to wrap his mind around dealing with this child. If you've never seen Problem Child, just sit back and watch it. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she was a social worker / activist, so she definitely had a lot of potential to potentially Mrs. Broflovsky this. I remember she was watching this with me for the first time and was horrified that they had a child behaving this way.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it was one of the times where I just watched my uncles just openly defy her because they never did. They were like, "Oh, just get over it and laugh."
I just watched a whole lot of like Gilbert Gottfried stuff recently. I went down like a Gilbert rabbit hole. He is the funniest man to ever live. I mean, his stand-up is so funny, and his roast sets are just amazing.
Norm Macdonald. He's got the edge.
Oh, I love Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, I do love Norm Macdonald. But I mean, the Roseanne roast, when he tells that joke where he's just like, a farmer walks into the room where his wife Roseanne's sleeping with a sheep under his arm. He says, "This is the pig I've been sleeping with." Roseanne says, "You idiot, that's a sheep." He says, "Shut up, I was talking to the sheep." I cleaned that one up for the show.
But oh gosh, what's his name? Jack Warden. Jack Warden playing the John Ritter's father and essentially serving as the antagonist to Junior. Oh, it is phenomenal. It is just phenomenal. Is this the first one or the second one where they feed the cat something and you think it's dead the entire movie and you find it just had the poop?
I don't remember.
Well, folks, that is our list. And
can I add one more?
Yeah, hit it.
Jetsons the movie.
Came out in 90?
Did.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the Jetsons. My parents are big Hanna-Barbera fans, so the Jetsons, the movie, was a big deal for us.
Tiffany played Judy, right?
Yes.
Did she?
Yes.
You mean like I Think We're Alone Now, Tiffany?
Yeah.
Did she really? I mean, I know I've seen that, but
You know, I
don't
saw
that.
her at Epcot in concert like 2 years ago, and I had never heard her song before.
Wow.
My wife wanted to go because she loves the song, and she's like, oh, you'll know her from the song. And I'm like, okay. And then she sings the song, and I'm like, I still don't know who this is.
I mean, Robin Sparkles is essentially Tiffany.
Tiffany, yeah.
Yeah. May I make one point before we go on? And it's just making a little reference. I think Kevin will get the most appreciation out of this. 1990 was the year of the horror sequel. There were about 9 billion horror sequels that year. There's obviously Child's Play 2, Basket Case 2, Texas Chainsaw 3, Slumber Party Massacre 3, Exorcist 3, Psycho 4, Prom Night 3, Sorority House Massacre 2, Troll 2, Puppet Master 2, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, we said Gremlins 2, and Maniac Cop 2. All of those movies came out in 1990.
So hold
Well,
on.
the thing is, they used to hold the studios on their backs because they're cheap to produce and they make a lot of money.
Oh, I
So-
get it. I was just shocked.
So we skipped Home Alone. We skipped Ghost, Pretty Woman, Dances with Wolves.
I had those on my
these-
non-photo list. I didn't
Yeah,
want to
but-
give Lorn 9,000.
Lauren had to make some hard choices.
The
Yeah.
Rescuers
Here-
Down Under was another one that came out that year.
Here,
I have-
let me explain so you guys understand. I can put JPEGs and PNG images up in here, but a lot of you guys are sending me WebP files, which it can't read, and it is a pain in the butt to convert them all. So if I was getting them as WebPs, I was just saying, all right, I don't want to cull this, but I don't have the time to deal with it. So
Godfather 3.
And I didn't want to give Lorne like 9 billion links. So I have Pretty Woman Ghost. I also had Prince's Graffiti Bridge.
I think Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was in there too.
I thought it was 91.
Yeah,
Was
I think
that
it might be
91?
91. I think it might be, yeah.
Okay.
When did that Bryan Adams hit come out? That'll tell us.
The entire 90s?
It's the entirety of the 90s. That movie, if you weren't there, you don't understand.
Yeah,
That
really,
song
you
held
don't.
us hostage for, I think it was like 18 weeks,
It was a really long time. It felt like an eternity.
to the point that although years removed, when it came on for oh god, for Enterprise, the entire fan base went, oh, I don't ever want to hear this song ever again.
Fill time. I got to put something in the chat.
Okay, yeah, so I basically brought up because it was dawning on me when I was looking through this. I'm like, holy cow, there's a lot of horror sequels, and I just figured that, and I saw Kevin just like nodding, like, yeah. My favorite was Basket Case 2 being on there because the fact that Basket Case exists at all, let alone
Like The
that there's-
Rocketeer was 1990.
I don't know. Did you need to interrupt me mid-sentence for that, or we couldn't let me finish my
I
thought?
thought your sentence was over. I'm sorry.
No, it was not. But I'm done now. So go ahead and discuss if it came out in 1990. I would not
No,
remember. I know
that
I've
was it.
seen it, but I think a lot of these things
91.
too, it's like, was it 91?
okay.
I've seen them as a kid and then never again. You know.
Yeah, Dick Tracy was 90.
Yeah, I kind of thought you'd have that one on your list, Kevin.
It was.
Yeah.
I sent Lauren a lot of posters.
I'm kind of surprised we only well, I guess because I only sent him like 7 or something. So maybe there wasn't enough room to overlap more.
Yeah, but I sent him everything Marv listed. I was like, here are the biggies, but
The main issue was that I was trying to get ready right up to
Yeah.
going live. I've been doing video production and thumbnail production all day, and there's only so much time to prep for the show. If we were going to have images, I had to get them up quickly. So that's
and I think I sent a couple of montages. I'm like, oh, these are too small. You're not gonna be able to see them.
yeah, I cut those out because I wasn't sure what your intent was there. If you wanted to put one up and talk about 15 different movies.
Yeah, that was planned. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna be able to get through all these. Maybe if I just give him one image and we can talk about everything in the image. I'm like, no, but these are too small. You're not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
So then I abandoned that.
Well, the real point of the whole discussion was just to go look at all the movies we just discussed and understand there were a lot of really great movies that we dropped out of the list.
Yeah.
This is just one year. 1990. That is the craziness of what we're talking about, is that we've gone through, what, 10 years now of mostly crap?
Crap.
I don't know if I can name a single good movie from the last year that like I enjoyed in the theater.
I would be hard-pressed to think of one that would rise to the quality of most of those in this list. So that's kind of what we've lost. So I think the real lesson here is go back and look at your back catalog. There's a lot of stuff out there that you probably got in your own collection that maybe you've even forgotten about. Pull them out. The era from the 80s to the 90s was just absolutely fantastic. And yes, Tennille, I know about Cloud Convert. It's not that I have an issue with converting them. It's an issue with time. I didn't have the time to do it.
He's only one man.
Yeah. So, we do have some super chats to get to before we bail out. We have Jason Webster for, I guess that's Australian? Is that $2 Australian?
I think so.
Okay.
Nice.
Darth Insufferable, Kathleen Kennedy is gone.
Darth Insufferable.
SFX Sabretooth Raptor for 10. Have you heard the tragedy of Darth Smurphius? No, but I heard of Grand Jedi Master Lornius the Wise, who smurfed 100,000 Sith.
Whoa.
Legend says he's still out there. I resign. Bye. Tennille the 10th for 10. I wish to propose a Let's Play event. Trish plays Alien Isolation. I think it has potential. What say you, Trish? And would money, coercion, blackmail, and kind words be the best way to facilitate it?
When I say what is Alien Isolation, obviously I get the general idea, but like what type of game is it?
Oh, it is. So it's a game. I think you play Ripley's daughter, and you are essentially trapped on a ship with a xenomorph, and it's soul crushing. It's a soul crushing experience.
Sounds horrific.
Neil,
I play Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. Like,
did you see, stuff I play. Apparently, the Animal Crossing update came out a day early.
Oh, I know. I was on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Before we get too derailed, the only thing that I lament in not getting to certain movies is that I really wanted to have a spirited debate on did Whoopi and Demi Moore join together, or did Whoopi magically morph into Patrick Swayze via ghost powers in Ghost?
It's not that kind of movie, kid.
Kevin's like, these are things that need to be answered.
It's also 1 a.m., so let's keep going with Super Chats.
Wild and Crazy Bear for 2. Trish, who's your favorite member of New Kids on the Block?
Oh, when I was a kid, I was all about Joey McIntyre. I never got to go when I was a kid. But then when New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys toured together, I was like, listen, this is everything that 8-year-old me and 16-year-old me and current me could have ever dreamed of. And so I went, and there's this moment where Joey McIntyre, the stage kind of like went out into the crowd, and he went to the end and he's singing Please Don't Go Girl. And I literally said to myself, like, second grade, Trish, just take it in. You've waited a very, very long time for this moment.
Gets, girl.
It was like, we got here. It took decades, but we got here. So yeah, it was always Joey. I was always Joey because I was pretty young. Like I said, second grade. So I wasn't really, looking at Jordan or Donnie as much as some other girls maybe. But John Knight and I have the same birthday. Woohoo! So that was bragging rights when I was in elementary school. Shared a birthday with the New Kid on the Block.
Sean, formerly Artist John, for $1.99. WTF? No Joe versus the Volcano? No My Blue Heaven? I thought My Blue Heaven was later.
No, My Blue Heaven was on my list.
Oh, okay. Well,
no
Joe versus the Volcano.
I didn't put Joe versus the Volcano on because I haven't actually seen that movie.
It's a little surprising.
It's odd. Yeah. But it also has one of my favorite versions of 16 Tons in it. A real bluesy version of it that I like. So, not sure what I think of the movie.
I've seen the end of it when it came on HBO, but it was one of those. For as often as My Blue Heaven was on HBO in 91, Joe versus the volcano was not on at all.
Meg Ryan was cute. Tom Hanks with a mullet is kind of weird, but there you go. Caveat ties for 2. A horse I used to ride was in Dances with Wolves.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's interesting.
That's neat.
And we have
Ooh.
Tennille the 10th, who was pointing me towards Cloud Convert. Anyway, folks, wait, we got a few more that came in. I didn't see these. Tennille the 10th for 2. Commissar Google has an odd list of naughty words. So Cloud Convert got you in trouble? That is strange.
I think
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
is.
like you giving like links for like websites and super chats because it thinks that you're trying to use your super chats as ads.
Oh, that makes sense. I got it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Retromeister for $10. Outside of Danny Elfman's score to Darkman, Liam's portrayal of his character trying to recreate his fake skin formula and how he realizes he can no longer feel his hands still gets me to this day. Yeah, it's like it's like a B movie, a comic book movie, but there's pathos in it, and they're all treating it with respect. And that weirdly, I think this is the first role that I said that I was really aware that this was Liam Neeson, but a lot of it was because he knows he's in a dumb comic book movie, but he freaking sells it.
That's right. Give me the bear. I won the bear. Give me the bear.
You are, of course, aware that I myself am not a child. The best thing about Liam Neeson is when he just commits to ridiculous things. I'm led to understand that these are traditionally for children. Exclusively.
Tennille the 10th for 2. Scariest game I've ever played and never finished.
Yes, I never finished it either. I got to a point where you have to get away from the xenomorph. Like, you have no choice. It is to say, I just could not do it. And I was like, I don't need this in my life. That kind of stress.
Life is too short.
I don't need to deal with a xenomorph. There's other Marines that can handle this. All right, guys, this is our show for tonight. Hope you guys had fun. Really enjoyed having you all here. We may take up 91 next time. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, hope you guys have a good weekend. We'll look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. Folks, you got anything to plug before we get out of here?
M4 Empire Gaming. Check them out. 3 videos a day on M4 Empire. And we had 3 today, and go check out these Star Trek videos apparently, because they're really popular. I before I went on the air, I was like, oh wow, my one Star Trek video is about to hit 1,000, and now it's about to hit 2,000. So for me, this is a lot. So yeah, go check it out.
I got some videos dropping, so I'm gonna give my reaction to the experience that was Starfleet Academy.
Mm.
I'm
Did you
watching-
watch the whole thing?
I watched both episodes. Yeah.
Mon.
Lost Guys with Nolan Thunder, Martin Stone, and Hangry Table. It's a member exclusive on that Park Place, and then it eventually becomes free on T3PO. And then otherwise, I'm on the M Forecast, Crime and Punishment, the usual.
All right. We're going to get out of here, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Lorn and Apollo!